Hello everyone, it's Coco here, and today... As I was saying, today we're gonna be... Hey, I have a question. Could you do a video on behind the scenes? How do you make your sets? They are amazing. Oh, well thank you! I'd be so thrilled to share with you some of my own personal tips and tricks that I've discovered along the way to making sets. Now I know that there have been videos made like this before, but hopefully at least a few of these tips will be new and useful things to help spark your imagination. Also a huge thank you for the people who asked questions for this video. Alrighty, let's go! LPS Dragon Snake asked, is it hard to make the sets? LPS Peanut, is it hard to make LPS crafts? I love your series Super Zeros. Oh, thank you! LPS Graceful, where do you get ideas for your sets, and are they hard to make?
Yes! Oh, they're so hard. Like, I don't even know why I'm bothering to make this video.
I'm totally kidding! They are not hard! I don't have magic powers, or at least that I know of, so if I can make them, you totally can too. But yeah, that's actually the main reason that I wanted to make this video, to show you how to make them too. So I usually try to make the sets from stuff around the house: scotch tape, scissors, a ruler, cardboard, and paint. It's amazing what a little bit of paint can do. And if you want to get a little bit more fancy, no. I don't know how I made anything without hot glue.
It's amazing.
And I've burned myself plenty of times. I also use Sharpie, especially silver. I use this guy a lot. Scrapbook paper for walls and flooring. And if you really want to go crazy, you can print out stuff on a color printer or a black and white printer. I actually watched a video a while back and I'm so sorry I can't remember who to credit, but credit to you because they showed the best way to set up a scene. So you take a box and you cut it like this, so you've got walls and a floor. Oh my goodness, I use this box so much! The main thing I've found is to use your imagination and get creative with the things you have. Where do you get ideas for your sets? Great question! A variety of places actually. I start out by going through what I already have. While you might not think that your stuff is really all that interesting, it will be to other people who have never seen it before. So it's like this. You know when you buy something like, I don't know, say LPS or something, and you're really excited about it at first, but then as time goes on, the excitement kind of fades because you get used to that LPS and then you are moving on to something else. Well, that is what your sets are like. You might be used to the furniture or scrapbook paper or whatever, but other people who aren't used to seeing it every day like you are will think it's different and interesting. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of weird, but it's true. Another idea for sets is from watching DIY craft videos, especially the miniature DIY videos, because they're usually LPS size. These videos are so fun to watch, and even if you don't end up making the craft or set or accessory or whatever, it's still so helpful just to see what materials people use and how they put things together, because everyone has such a unique and different perspective on how to make things. Honestly, I can't remember how many times I've been watching a video and said, "Whoa, I never would have thought of that!" For example, painting foam board with black and gray to make it look like stone. It's really amazing the ideas people can come up with. And then, because I've watched those videos and learned from them, I've got that information to draw from when I'm making my own sets or props or whatever. So some of my favorite DIY craft channels are The Square to Spare.
Oh my goodness.
Her stuff, she's like a craft magician.
Like, it's just like...
Just watch her videos. They're incredible, mind-blowing miniatures. It's just amazing. And then also My Froggy stuff. I'm sure a lot of you probably have already heard of her, but she does an amazing job too. Links in the description. I also get set ideas by looking up pictures from actual places. For example, I knew that I wanted to make a fast food restaurant for my series LPS Super Zeros. I pulled up images of fast food restaurants just to get an idea of how different ones look, the colors, chairs, the menus, stuff like that, just gathering information for the ideas. And thus, the Quick Bite was born! And last but not least, I get ideas from watching other lovely LPS tubers. You guys are amazingly imaginative. It's crazy. I would really like to know where you get your background sets. Where do you get all your LPS set supplies? LPS Aquapup. Oh, hi Aqua! Where do you get all your LPS set supplies, and how long does it generally take you to make a set? Ooh, cool. So the majority of my sets are mainly just color printer images, cardboard, paint, and hot glue. But for the kind of stuff that I have to buy, like paint or greenery for outdoor sets, I usually get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Yeah, just craft stores in general. Craft stores also usually have a fairy garden section with LPS sized benches and fences, like the one behind me, and stuff like that, which you can use to create outdoor sets too. So other than craft stores, Walmart and the dollar store sometimes have cheaper dollhouse furniture, and I've also found LPS sized things like houses and cars at thrift stores like Goodwill or Value Village. I actually just recently found this amazing house and these 2 cars at thrift stores, so it needs a little bit of cleaning up, as you can tell, but boy is that price tag worth it. Random fact! Clear soap works better than water for LPS tears. It's thicker so it doesn't evaporate as quickly, and it's clear so it looks like water. It's works really well. How do you make forest nature looking sets? Oh, that's a great question! Use nature!
No, but seriously!
I gather rocks and pebbles, bark, sticks, and pine cones from trees, and dried twigs from bushes, and then store them all in a bin for when I need them. But other than that, there are some things that I got from craft stores, such as a grass mat that I got from Hobby Lobby, and a few other green things to add details. My grandma got me these trees a while ago. I think they were from Ranch and Home, maybe? And then these fake removable plants, and some printed forest backgrounds. And then build a scene! For example, the countryside and buttons. I made the wall from rocks that I found in my backyard and hot glued together with fake plants. And then some of the trees were pine cones that I painted. The stone flooring I color printed, but I could have also just painted that too. And then to make a denser forest, like the overgrown red buttons side, or the thick forest in Super Zeros, I start with the basics. Grass mat and a few trees, then add some pinecone trees and bark and rocks, twigs that look like leafless trees, and then add in the fake plant details. A set with this much lightweight, detailed stuff tends to fall over all the time, which can get super annoying after hours of filming. But it looks pretty neat, so I guess it's worth it. Random fact! The buttons gate is actually made from coffee stir straws. Sugar Diamond. Is it— oh, hi Sugar! Is it messy when you make outdoor scenes? Messy? What? Why would you think outdoor sets would be messy? I mean, I don't understand what could have possibly given you that idea. Outdoor scenes are dreadfully messy, especially forest scenes, because there's so many little details that take a while to set up and even longer to put away. But I can spend some extra time cleaning up. It's fine.
But every time I have to set one up, I cringe a little inside.
How long does it take you to create one scene? That's a good question. I guess it just depends on the scene. So the more detail in a scene, the longer it takes to make. The indoor scenes actually don't take that long, especially since they're mainly dollhouse furniture and scrapbook paper, whereas the forest scenes can take longer to set up because there's a bunch of little details. And then if I have to create an entirely new set, especially if I don't know what I'm doing, which is most of the time to be honest, hours, if not days. But I mean, it's not like I spend the whole entire day working on it. You know, I do other things and come back to it, and I've gotten faster. I think, maybe not. I've learned that for me personally, it's a lot quicker if I have some kind of a plan for what the set will look like, rather than just trying different things until something eventually works. But once the scene is made, I can reassemble it fairly quickly, so I should time it sometime though. How do you make your props realistic and durable? Another great question! To make them realistic, using the right material really helps. For example, the pieces of road that Giant Calyx smashed up in Super Zero's episode 9 was made from foam board that I removed the paper layer from and tore up and then painted. And also, printing things out on a color printer really adds realism, like doors and windows for example. And then to make props durable, if they're thin paper props, I put tape tape on the back so I can stick them to my cardboard wall without having to worry about ripping them. And then using other things to support your props and stuff helps too, like cardboard supports or wire or even hot glue, just to make them stronger.
Usually, I just baby my props because they're like really flimsy little things.
And storing them in a place where they won't get smashed really helps too. Kawaii Kitty TV! Hello! How did you make that castle? I'm so glad you liked it! And actually, it's really, really simple. Cardboard and paint! So, boxes! Boxes are incredibly useful for walls, as I've been saying. I used painter's tape to make the straight line. The cardboard bent when it dried after painting it, so I lightly sprayed the unpainted side with a water mister and set heavy books on it until it re-dried flat. The steps are a bunch of stacked cardboard glued together and painted. And the rugs were scrap cloth, which turned out to be the exact color and amount that I needed. And the banner, flag things, whatever you call them, you guessed it, painted cardboard that I glued, or in this case, taped buttons to. I didn't have big red buttons, so I improvised and painted these. Windows! So these are 3 layers. The back is scenery from paper I printed, the quote-unquote glass is clear plastic from a salad bin, and the window itself I printed out a stencil before tracing it on cardboard from a pizza box, and then Sharpied silver and gold. And last but not least, the thrones! Which are dollhouse dining room chairs that I bedazzled quite flamboyantly with crystals, buttons, ribbons, and duct tape. And ta-da! The Border Palace from Buttons Part 5! I got this stuff from the dollar store and it's sticky on the back, which is really useful for making cardboard tables and desks look like wood, as well as cardboard bookshelves. The books are color printed. The sugar cone is a cardboard box! Same with the awning and the sign. I painted blue squares, then drew Sharpie along the borders for the windows. The ice cream cooler is made from a pizza box, clear plastic, construction paper, and ice cream I printed. Oh, this trailer was fun! Can you guess what material it is? Yup! Cardboard! Woo! Corrugated cardboard with paint. The steps are foam board, as you can tell. Ooh, one last quick tip. If you want to paint a cardboard box to turn it into something else, the pre-printed stuff shows through and takes many coats of paint to cover. But if you take said box and open it up and turn it inside out, voila! Now when you paint it, you won't have to worry about anything showing through. So yeah, I guess that's all for now. If you have any questions about anything like sets or just anything, I am here for you. Ask away! I hope you're having an amazing, amazing, amazing day! God bless and keep shining, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!